It turned on by itself, I swear. So I've been toying with this thing all morning. Not this computer, but how do you turn a word into a completely different word? Let's say you guys know I struggle with stuff sometimes. I struggle with anxiety and depression, and that could often lead me feeling like I'm invisible. But then I got to thinking, invisible, invincible is what, two letters away from invisible, yet they have completely different meanings. How do you turn the word invisible into invincible? So, you guys know a bit about my past and stuff, and some of why I feel the way I do, and and I know when you, as you age and mature, and then you get experiences and new thoughts and new everything. I mean, your thought process changes, and you begin to realize that you are in control, and you are in more control than you thought, and that you were before when you were a kid or a teenager, and I said it before, once you're 21, the age doesn't have anything, but 21 is the legal age, most definitely, of an adult, because 18 or 17 in Texas is adult. So by the time you're 21, a lot of people have moved out of their house, or if you're not, you have a job or you have a car, you're going to college, something is going on that wasn't present when you were a child, of course. And so you have more choices, you have more control, and I do realize, I have more control over my thoughts than I did living in a place where I felt physically trapped. But that thought still happens. It's still there sometimes, and so this morning, and I guess pretty much this week, I've been thinking of those things negatively, and and then this happens to me sometimes. More often than I would hope. Now, this one person I was texting, I just need to say they were going through something as well. So I do understand the trauma that they are under. But this happens to me often. I text this person and they text back right away, which kind of surprised me, but they said, "Who is this?" And I'm like, because I get that a lot. Somebody's in my phone, in my address book with their name and everything. I guess I'm just assuming that they do that too, right? Why would you put a number in your phone without a name? Especially in today's world, you're not going to know who that number is. I have a good memory, but even I sometimes don't remember phone numbers like I used to. So of course I put their name next to it. So why am I getting this all the time? Who is this? And I'm like, what do you mean, who is this? You put my number in your phone. I get that a lot. I think it was last year I told this one lady Happy Easter. She was nice. She said Happy Easter. Oh, by the way, who is this? Gosh. Ay. So, okay. And then, of course, other instances of me feeling left out because I'm disabled, or just, something because people don't know how to handle being around a crib, which is no different than being around a non-crib, but okay, all this, and sometimes it just gets to me. Um, Back in, December when I told you how the only family member who came, and everyone lives near or in Dallas, and so it wasn't, I just invited everyone I know, right, who lives in that area. So the only one who came was the one who really, I mean, I'm not saying this to be rude, but wouldn't have made much difference if she didn't come at all because she didn't know me. But that's the thing, she wanted to get to know me. And other family members and friends who I've known forever didn't come. And then you know me, so all this stuff just piles on and piles on and piles on. Then I start going back even further, like I just getting deeper and deeper into this, like, okay, well, why does this continue to happen? And I was like, you know what, this happened when I was young too, and I mean, not like I asked out every guy in school, okay? I think in my whole high school years, I probably asked out 4 guys, but they all said no. And I'm just like, is this just a... How do I turn invisible into invincible? Because I gotta get there really quick. Like, jeez. Now I know it takes a certain kind of person to understand some things and to be able to see the things that you see, but am I just running across the wrong kind of person all the time, or is there something, a way I'm approaching it differently that I could think of it in a better way or a different way, or a friend of mine told me once recently, and this I think is really helpful information about positive energy. Now, I believe, and if you don't believe this, it's okay. There's many different things, but I believe that people put off energy. And so if they're constantly worrying and upset and angry or this and that, which I try not to do, that's the kind of energy they're going to put off, and that's the kind of energy they're going to receive. So yeah, I mean, and everyone can get angry, anyone can get upset. There's all kinds of, but I believe if you stay in that mood, if that's the mode you choose to wake up in, to go to bed in, to do, then that's what you're going to draw. And so, okay, that makes complete sense to me. And then this friend of mine brought it up, and I'm like, yeah, you know what, I do, I believe that too. So I make a point. Well, I'm still working on it, because she said to physically put your mind in a good state. She said, right when you wake up, tell yourself things like, it could be whatever. I'm strong. I'm creative. I'm talented. I'm something positive, something loving. I'm kind. And say these things out loud, she says, because it's not, you can think it all day long, which is fine if you think it. But she said, if you say it, you're actively putting the energy out there. And so I'm beginning to say these things. I said them when I was talking to her for a couple of weeks. I did every morning or close, before like 11, which I really should say it right when I wake up, but it's okay. Physically say it, scream it, whatever it is, wake up out of bed, get in your shower. I am strong, hey, who cares, right? But and so I need to really be doing, focusing more on that. But I guess today is, this week has just been nuts, and I'm trying to think positively. And I really feel like that what I just said, what she told me, is a very good idea for people to start doing, and to try to continue to do that. And she said, if you feel weird, if you don't believe it at first, because who believes that right away, right? Nobody. And she said that's okay. Um, but just keep doing it. Start out by doing it. Go to bed doing it. But like I said, sometimes I'm just okay, I just get in that way and I start thinking of how I've been positive and nothing's happened. Now, I'm not saying I'm positive for 2 minutes and I'm like, okay, well, this didn't work and go back to my usual. No, I'm positive for like days. But then again, you know what? I've seen where it does work. Now, maybe this seems like a small thing, but I'll tell you what, whenever I really, really, really want to go to a concert, I'm sitting there thinking to myself so hard. I'll make myself smile. Like, I'll be like, I'm going to go to this concert. I'm going to see the band. I'm going to get to talk to them. I'm going to get to hang out with them. And I make myself so excited about this. I can't, like, I mean, I'm sure around concerts, Jason just sees me smiling for no apparent reason. And I'm just sitting there thinking like I'm going to have the most wonderful time. And I usually do. Was it that positive thought? Well, I guess, well, we're never going to know. But I'm just sitting there thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking. So, like, putting all this positive energy into the air that maybe it is it. Another instance is when, well, I'm not, one time when the last time Jason was in the hospital, I reached out to a friend of mine, a teacher actually, that I haven't talked to, well, really since junior high, because she hasn't, I just didn't see her after that. And I always wished I could talk to her again because she told us a story once in class. It was Halloween and she just thought it being, fun and telling us a ghost story. And so I remembered that ghost story and I wrote it down. For those of you who are just joining us, I'm a writer and a published author. I did not publish this story, but I wrote it down and I added my own little, I don't know if she did the ending the way I did it or exactly if it was, but I always wanted to show it to her and be like, look, I remember this story from the 8th grade and, and stuff. And so I looked on Google and there was a few people with that name. And so I just wrote a letter and sent it to a couple at once. I said, okay, well, if this doesn't work, I'll send it to the next couple on the list and keep going until I either find her or someone tells me it's not her or something, whatever, So I just went home. I visited Jason all day in the hospital that one day. And then I went home and I just thought all night, like oh, I'll bet she got that letter. She's gonna email me because I left her my email, my house address, my Facebook, like everything. So I just thought all night, like it's gonna be so awesome. I'm gonna get to see her, talk to her again, and tell her that I remembered her story, and now I'm an author because she was my English teacher, right? So, and I just kept thinking all this, and then I didn't check my email for a couple of days because I was, with Jason and stuff. But then when I did check my email a couple of days later, it was there from her. So, and I think you're always gonna wonder. I'm always gonna wonder anyway. Like, well, was it that? Was it my energy, or was she just going to anyway? I mean, you're never gonna know because there's no time machine. But maybe it's this energy thing, right? So I always try and think positively. When stuff doesn't go my way, I still try and think positively. And I still try not to think about the upset or well, this happened before, it's going to happen again. Even, I tend to do that a lot. But but still I can't, and I feel better for a while, and then something else just, I don't know how to, So, yeah, how do you turn invisible into invincible? Do you guys have any ideas? Do you struggle with this too? Maybe you've got some tricks that I haven't talked about in any of these, or I don't even know about. Maybe I just feel like sometimes people just look over me, or like with this healthcare stuff too, and I'm just calling people every day. Did I tell you guys that? Jason's called to his wheelchair company, and then I'm sitting over here calling to my not the caregiver service, provider, but the one providing the hours through Medicaid. I'm all trying to call her all week, and then she's, not getting back to me, and it's just, you're just, I feel like sometimes I'm just a piece of paper to somebody with a name on it, and who's going to care about a piece of paper, right? But no, I'm a person. I'm more than a flat thing that you can write on, So, hi. Well, I don't know. I don't know what to say. But if you guys know what to say, please tell me. You can comment or question, or you can ask me, well, anything, really. You can ask me anything. And you can say your ideas, your suggestions, and yeah, I feel like sometimes I know what to say to other people, but then applying it to myself. I was just talking to a friend, and I hope I made them feel better, but then apply that same pep talk to yourself, and doesn't work out too well, does it? It's kind of interesting. So we just had lunch, and I will let you guys go on that. Hopefully you have some ideas for me, maybe. I love you guys, and comment or share it with somebody that might, be going through this, or might could comment or everything, and we will talk to you later. Thank you.